Kamusta mga kababayan? Welcome back to Hashtag Walk with Lan. Ako nga pala si Lan at ngayon magtutulungan tayo na i-unbox ang latest political drama na parang teleserye pero real life. Si President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. mismo ang bida. Sa CN Editors in Economic Opinion Leaders Forum noong February 24, 2026, sinabi niya not soon daw sa endorsements for 2028. Timing is everything, pero admit niya, we have some people that we are talking to. Some of them, no, I do not want. Parang si Lenny Robredo yata yun na. At ang qualities daw ng next president dapat understands economics para mag-create ng jobs, control inflation, secure food supply, dapat thinks about productivity, fix education, health, at higit sa lahat, somebody who thinks about not politics but how to make the country better. Nation builders, people who actually love the Philippines and love Filipinos. Sounds good, di ba? Parang motivational speech, pero pause tayo. Sino ba talaga ang nagsasalita nito? Ang anak ng dating diktador na si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. ng legacy ay martial law, massive corruption at human rights abuses. At ang kanyang administrasyon ngayon, puno ng red flags. Today, ilang mga minuto tayo ng intellectual roast, fact-based, witty, at walang preno. Para sa mga kabataan na pagod na sa empty promises at sa mga OFWs na pawis ang binabayad sa taxes na nawawala sa bulsa ng kurap. Ready? Let's dive in. Mga kababayan, sa mundo kung saan ang kasinungalingan ay nangingibabaw, ang katotohanan ang unang sinisikil. Pero kasama kayo, magpapatuloy tayo sa laban, walang takot, walang kinikilingan, at laging handa para sa bayan. Sumali na sa aking YouTube channel membership sa hashtag WalkWithLan at tulungan natin ang channel na maabot ang 100,000 subscribers. Ang inyong suporta, ang susi sa kalayaan natin para ipagpatuloy ang pagbabalita ng katotohanan. Salamat at kita-kits sa laban. Una, ang nation builders narrative. Sabi niya, kailangan ng leaders na hindi preoccupied sa politics, kundi sa pag-improve ng bansa. Pero hello, ang Marcos family mismo ang embodiment ng political dynasty. His father declared martial law in 1972, suspended elections, jailed opponents, at accumulate ang billions in ill-gotten wealth. Hanggang ngayon, unpaid taxes at damages sa human rights victims. Si BBM mismo convicted ng tax evasion noon pero naging president pa rin. Irony match. Ayon, sinasabi niyang prioritize country over politics. Pero ang kanyang admin puno ng family allies sa positions. Kasin Martin Romualdez as former speaker, involved in controversies. At ang reef kay Sara Duterte, from Uniteam allies to bitter enemies, personal attacks, impeachment threats, assassination plot allegations, politics ba yan o family feud? Parang sinasabi niya, vote for someone who loves the country more than politics. While his family has been playing politics since the 1960s. Classic case of do as I say, not as I do. Sabi niya, kailangan ng president na understands economics para sa jobs, low inflation, food security. Pero look at his record. Inflation under Marcos Jr. hit highs post-pandemic. Food prices skyrocketed, rice, veggies, everything. Unemployment persists, especially for youth. Debt to GDP ratio ballooned at corruption scandals. Flood control ghost projects, billions na wala. Substandard infra, tapos floods pa rin taon-taon. Critics point to cronyism. Oligarchs and allies benefiting from contracts, human rights, extrajudicial killings continue in some forms, red tagging activists, economic growth daw, pero para kanino? Para sa masa o sa elite? Witty job, understands economics daw, pero bakit parang ang economic team niya ay more focused on photo ops than real reforms? At ang productivity education system natin ranked low globally. Health, PhilHealth funds diverted unconstitutionally. Nation building ba to o nation billing? At mid niya na talking to people for 2028 pero no endorsement soon. Meanwhile, VP Sara Duterte declared her run na, former ally, now rival. Sabi niya, that's her choice. Good luck daw. Pero behind the scenes, impeachment attempts, political war. Bakit siya naghahanap ng line-minded successor? To protect his reforms? Pero ano ba ang reforms? More red tape cuts for business? O para sa cronies? At bakit nation first, personal agendas later? Ang caption niya recently, parang defensive move against the Duterte camp. This is classic elite competition, dynasties fighting for power while ordinary Filipinos suffer high prices, joblessness, at climate disasters. Let's not forget history. Marcos Sr.'s martial law, thousands tortured, disappeared, billions is stolen, now Sun is back. Rewriting narrative via social media, disinformation everywhere. Pero kabataan, OFWs, kayo ang future voters, huwag kayong magpaloko, demand accountability, vote based on facts, not family names or empty nation builder talks. Okay mga kababayan, let's bring it home with the now, February 2026, fresh from the ASEAN Forum where BBM preached about nation builders and economic wizards. Pero ano ba ang nangyayari sa totoong buhay? Una, yung tinatawag na King of Pork scandal. Halos 79 billion pesos sa ghost at incomplete flood control projects. Billions na dapat para sa pagpigil ng baha pero nawala sa bulsa ng corrupt contractors at politicians. Si BBM mismo noong 2025, sinabi niyang sisipain niya ang corrupt. Tapos lumabas na implicated ang kanyang own circle. Former Speaker Martin Romualdez, pinsan niya yan, dating Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, at iba pang allies. 7 arrests daw pero hanggang ngayon, public outrage pa rin. Protest sa Luneta, calls for resignation ng parehong Marcos at Duterte. Sabi niya sa forum, somebody who understand economics to make food supply a given, keep inflation down. Pero sa ilalim ng kanyang watch, economy slowed to worse in decades. GDP growth slump, blame daw sa climate change at corruption, probe mismo. Unemployment tick up, wages stagnant, prices pa rin high for the basics. Debt stock projected to hit 19 trillion pesos by end 2026. Nation building ba ito o nation borrowing? At ang approval ratings plummeting from landslide 2022, winner to defensive mode. Yung fight against corruption niya backfired, implicating his own people. Tapos si Sara Duterte declared the 2028 run niya, still leading surveys despite her own plunder, impeachment raps. Yung riff from Uniteam to full-blown vendetta, assassination plot allegations, drug test dares, proxy wars, 2026 daw, crucial year for maneuvering with fears of third force or even messier chaos. Ito ang classic Philippine elite politics, dynasties fighting for power while ordinary Pinoy suffer floods, literal at financial. Joblessness at high cost. BBM talks about leaders na not preoccupied with politics but how to make the country better. Pero ang kanyang admin preoccupied sa survival, scandals at succession scouting para protektahan ang legacy. Hypocrisy level, expert. Kaya mga kabataan at OFWs, huwag kayong magpaloko sa motivational speeches. Demand real accountability. Yung love the Philippines daw, pero bakit yung love for Filipinos parang conditional sa political survival? This is why we dissect these things para makita natin ang pattern. History repeating or can we break it in 2028? Kayo ang susi. So anong conclusion natin? Si BBM's talk about 2028 contenders sounds noble pero full of hypocrisy given his family's track record and current admin issues, scandals, economic woes, at political wars. We need real nation builders, hindi yung mga nakaupo na sa poder decades na. Like, comment down below sino sa tingin ninyo ang dapat sa 2028 at bakit. Share this para marami ang magising. Subscribe, hit bell, join the membership. See you next video. Stay woke, stay fighting. Salamat mga kababayan.